Alright guys, welcome back to another one. Today we're out here setting some beaver traps. As you can see, we got a real nice big lodge here behind us. And it's new to this year. I think there's always been beavers back here, but they just built this lodge this past summer. So we're gonna set some traps around it, see if we can catch anything. So I'm gonna show you guys how to trap the beavers through the ice. This is one of my favorite ways to trap beavers. It can be really challenging sometimes, but it's very rewarding, very cool. So I'm going to show you guys how I do it, and hopefully you'll learn something. Guys, so first things first, with beaver trapping around the lodge, you got to find their runs. You can see we got the lodge here. Right there's their feed pile. That's where they've been stashing food through the summer. So now when it's winter, the lake's frozen, they can't get out to cut trees. They've got their food stashed right here, right by the house. So they'll have several runs coming out of here. I'm gonna guess there's probably, I know there's one on that side. There's probably one somewhere in here, and there might be one somewhere under there. So we gotta find these runs. It's really handy to have a spud. Spud or an axe is what I've always used to. One thing with beaver houses and beaver ponds, whatever, you can never trust them. I don't care how cold it is, how much ice you got out on the main water. Never trust the ice around a beaver house. It's always thinner. Their runs where they're swimming in and out the ice will be real thin, and it's usually really deep around their house too. You do not, you get around this feed pile, don't trust the ice at all. So always be very, very careful. Always have a spud or something with you. Right around here, we don't have very good ice right now, so I'm not gonna get too crazy with it. But we're just gonna start poking around, and see, like that, right through. There's not even really any ice there, which sometimes can mean you found a run. And what you do is, their run, they've got holes going up into their house. They're gonna have a run where they're swimming in, and it's gonna be wore out like a channel. And you can feel it when you poke down in there. You start feeling around, you can feel if it's wore out, it'll get deeper, and it'll usually be hard bottom too. So we're just gonna start feeling around, poke a hole through, and we'll just start poking around like this, trying to find a channel. And that's how you find them. That was very bubbly right there. That might be a run. Usually when beavers, it gets deeper there too. If you've got really clear ice, you'll be able to see exactly where they're swimming out. Because if it's clear ice, they leave a bubble trail where they're swimming. So, obviously we got snow here, but if this was clear, you'd be able to see right where their runs are. There'd be bubble trails. And then it's easy to find the runs. You don't even need to do this. But I think we got one right here. Because when I hit this ice, there's not really any ice here. There's a lot of bubbles that come up. So we're gonna feel around. Go. Sometimes it can be hard to tell if you're too close to the house. Lots of sticks and stuff get in the way. But anyways, we'll keep poking around here. We'll find all the runs, and then I'll show you guys how to set the traps. Alright, so the setup that we're using out here, we're using 330 body grippers. Right here, this is your trap. I mean, this is the beaver trap. These are pretty much made for beavers, so really good traps. I set my springs before I even come out here. That way I don't even have to worry about it when I'm out here. So springs are set. You know, all you have to do is set the trap. And then what I like to use when trapping houses especially, you can use them anywhere you want, but they're just really handy for this, is an H stand. I'll show you guys how this works. Your trap slides down onto this, and then you can, you know, wire it shut like that and put it and stake it right in the run. Alright guys, I got my run. We found a run here, found two runs on this house. There's one right here, one on the other side, kind of coming out both sides of the feed pile. Typically what you'll see. This run, obviously you could see it had a ton of junk in it. The feed pile kind of hung over it. So I had to do a lot of cutting, chopping. Hopefully I've got it good enough to get the trap down in there. We'll see. It's pretty brushy. So we're gonna try and get it in there without the trap going off. We'll see. It can be tricky sometimes. So you got your trap on your H stand. Always make sure your safeties are off. That's a mistake that sucks to make, and I have made it before. So always take your safeties off. Once they're off, be really careful. Get them out of the way. Make sure that they're out of the way. They're not hanging into the jaw. Because I've had that before too, and it'll catch the jaw and the trap won't shut all the way. And another way for your beaver to get away. Lots of little mistakes I've made, and I've learned the hard way trapping. So just gonna take your trap, channel's going out through here, lower it right down in there, and then hope that the ground's not too hard to stake it. Actually, I'm gonna do this a minute so I can really, I think it's down all the way, but just want to be sure. Alright, that should be in all the way. And like I said, I like to get as tight to the house as possible. Less chance they have of seeing it. There's so much brush here, they're never going to see this trap coming. It's just going to blend right in with everything, which is perfect. And I just do that. Sometimes, in this situation, I probably won't, but I'll take like a big log to lay across here and wire it to that. That way they can't pull the trap under the ice. Typically you'll do that more when you're using sticks to stake it. With the H stand you don't have to worry about it as much. I like to usually get a couple, like I said, a couple guide sticks along the sides just to help block it down, just to be sure that they're going to go in the right spot. And another thing that I've learned is be careful when you're pushing on sticks into the water, how hard you're pushing. If the stick is not as strong as you think it is, you're going to go right in pushing on it like that. You're going for a swim. Oh, there we go. Bam, just like that. They're gonna come right out of the house. We're gonna have them. We'll get one set on the other side, and we'll get out of here. Hopefully we'll have a beaver tomorrow or the next couple days here. Alright guys, so here's something I'm gonna try. I've actually never done this before. I know I've seen a lot of guys do it, so this is gonna be new for me. is a baited set. We've got the 2 traps we just set on the house. You guys saw one of them. Those are in the runs. Now this is gonna be on the outside edge of the feed pile. So for whatever reason, we miss one, or there's, you know, a bunch swimming around, they didn't get caught in those, you know, we might catch them here. Like I said, I have no idea if we're really gonna catch anything with this, but we're gonna give it a shot. It's just a piece of poplar, fresh green poplar that I cut to fit in between those jaws. And we're just literally just gonna suspend this in the water and just drop it down. The water's only like 2 feet deep where I've got it, maybe 3. So, you know, it's pretty much gonna fill up the water in between the ice. So we're just gonna drop it right down in there and hang it. And yeah, we'll see if we catch anything. I'll show you guys how we're doing it. Alright guys, so I finally got this set up. I got the 330 on there. Safeties are off. And then I've just got, whoops. I've got this pole, and then it's just tied up like that. I'm literally, I got a spot cut in the ice here. I'm just gonna lower it right down in there, just like that. Right along the side of the feed pile here. That's all it is. I'm just hoping that, you know, a beaver's coming through here looking for some food, and he sees that piece of poplar in the trap, and hopefully he'll get caught. We're gonna see. I've never done this before. I've seen a lot of guys do it though, so we'll see if we get anything. Got 3 traps set here. Show you guys a little better. So we got the house, the feed pile, we got our bait stick set. I've got a channel set there. You can see on the other side I've got a channel set there. And yeah, we'll just see if we'll check it hopefully tomorrow. If not the next day, we'll see if we got anything. That's a nice thing with setting beaver traps this time of year, the ice. If you can't check them right away, it's not a big deal. Water's cold, they'll be dead under the water. Nothing's happening to them, so you know, you could leave these set for a week if you wanted to. I like to check them, but if you had to, you could leave them set for a while. So anyways, I'm hoping to get out here tomorrow and check these and just see what happens, see if we catch anything. Stay tuned, guys. Morning, guys. First trap check here. All these holes have a lot of bubbles in them, which is really promising. You know, usually when you catch some, they release a lot of bubbles. So we're gonna take a look here, see if we got anything. I always like to, so I don't have to pull the trap out, I take a flashlight with me. Just poke a hole and you can look right down in there. Alright, that one looks like it's still set. Kind of odd. Let's check this one. That one's still set too. We'll check the bait pole set. Maybe we don't have any. still set. Nothing on the first night. That tells me there's not many beavers living in this house. So, two things. Either it's already been trapped, or like I suspected, they've probably got a bank den or something somewhere around here, somewhere else that they're living. We'll keep our traps set here. I'm sure we'll catch one, but they're obviously not using this every day. Either that or they're really smart. They've been trapped before. That's possible too. If they're really smart, it'll be almost impossible to catch. But we'll keep at it. Now, I don't know, I'll probably check it maybe tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll probably start letting it sit for a couple days at a time. And we'll see. Hopefully eventually we'll catch something here. Alright guys, out here checking the traps on this house that we set up the other day. Check number 2, still haven't caught a beaver. They're here. I hate beavers. This is what happened. Now I don't know if it's just coincidence or if they're smart. I've had beavers do this before, smart beavers. They shove a stick in there. This was the biggest pain in the butt I've ever had. From right here all the way, that whole thing was up inside the house. So you start thinking about that in your head, trying to get that pulled out of the house with ice. It was a pain in the butt. There's my bent up H stand. So needless to say, I'm extremely frustrated right now. This tells me there's no little ones here. Someone already trapped this. Either someone already trapped it, or I know they've got another den somewhere, because otherwise we would have caught one already. The first check we didn't have anything. The traps were all still set, everything. So they're definitely not in here constantly. They've got somewhere else where they're living around here. And who knows where. So we're gonna get it reset. Get back in there. Like I say, maybe he's smart. Maybe he knows. He shoved the stick in there to set the trap off. Either that or it's just coincidence. He didn't even notice the trap went off. They chewed on it. Looks like after it was in the trap. So I'm hopeful that they didn't get smart from that happening. And give another day or two here, and I'll probably be a couple days till I check it now. Hopefully we'll have something. We'll see. Smart beavers are frustrating, that's for sure. Alright guys, apologize for the wind, probably can't hear me well. It's quite a winter day out here. We got over a foot of snow yesterday, over the past 2 days. It's been 2 days since I've been out here to check these traps. We finally got one, guys. It's been a week today since I set this house up. We finally got one, and believe it or not, it's a smaller one. I'll show you guys here. I just pulled him out. I would have filmed me pulling it out, but we'll get him out of the trap and show you better. But there he is. Nice, probably 2-year-old, year and a half, 2-year-old. This has been tough, guys. I've had this trap here has been sprung, I think, just about every time I've checked it. And I've gone for like every other day checking these. It just, there's a smart beaver in here for sure. Bigger one, there's obvious, I know they've got another den somewhere. This lake's huge. I have no idea where. I could spend hours and hours looking for another den. I'd probably never find one. I'm sure it's a bank den. But that there shows me that there's another den around here somewhere, because normally when you set a house up like this, you catch all the little ones really fast. Like the first night you'll catch the little, because they're dumb, you know, they've never seen traps. And if there's bigger, smarter ones, then, you know, it might, they're gonna be harder to catch, and it might take longer to catch them. So they're traveling somewhere to another den somewhere. The first time I checked it, there's a huge, like, 7-foot stick in it. It was a pain in the butt to get out, you know. The next time I checked it, it was sprung and empty. The other 2 traps haven't even been touched. But we'll reset it again, and we'll just see. Hopefully we can catch another one or a bigger one coming through. But it's not always easy. Typically, you know, you'll come into a place like this and you leave it for a night or two, set it, leave it for a night or two, come in and you got several beavers, you know. But I kind of figured on a lake like this, you know, someone's already trapped these guys before, and they definitely have. They are smart. But we finally got one. We'll get him out of the trap here and get you guys a better look at it. So I'm excited to finally got one. Success. Alright guys, a little better look at him here. There he is. Not a huge beaver, but finally a beaver. It's a pretty small one actually, probably about a year and a half or so. Man, it's been real slow. Just trapping in general, you know, I haven't caught anything in weeks. It got real cold on us and I had to pull a lot of traps, and so I haven't really had many traps out, but it's been slow. When it gets cold, it gets real slow. Not much is out moving. But we finally got one. I'm real pumped. It's been real tough. This house has been a tough one. I kind of figured it would be, being on a big lake, you know. Everybody driving by in their boats sees that beaver house there, and you know, lots of people that trap or maybe want to trap are going to see that, and it's an easy spot to trap. So not as many, there's not a ton of beavers there, and the ones that are there are smart and have been trapped before. It's tough. So, but I'm excited we finally got one. Like I said, we've had sprung traps all week there. Sticks shoved in the traps. There's beavers there, but not a lot, and they're smart. But we finally got a little one to come in, and we got them. Definitely a tough one. Definitely, it's very rewarding when you finally get one, even though it's little. Hopefully you guys learned something. Normally when I'm trapping ponds, it goes a little better than that. I do catch more quickly, and hopefully you guys learned something though. Trapping through the ice, it's really tough. Can be really tough. Super rewarding. You know, the fur is really prime. It's just a blast. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up. I don't know if we'll catch any more out of that house or not right now. I'll definitely keep an eye on it. If I don't catch any more out of there this year, you know, there's always years to come. They'll keep breeding. So, yeah, hopefully you guys learned something, and we'll hopefully have some more videos coming soon. So, thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe. Hit the thumbs up, give me a like, maybe drop a comment, let me know what you think. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys.